Guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're running into some issues. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Things ain't looking too good right now, but I have a few clips of what I've been working on the last couple weeks. Recently it's just been waiting for parts and trying to figure out what to get, and we're still figuring it out as of this moment. So as you can see, what I've worked on in the last video, I apologize for the lighting, the lights over there, and the hood's blocking everything good, but basically we replaced this sensor right here, which is one of your coolant temp sensors, and then I actually went ahead, I went and bought another coolant temp sensor. Let's see if I can point it out. Right there. That's it right there. If I can get the good lighting. Anyway, got one of those. I also installed one of those, and I also got a new MSD distributor cap. And from what I've read online, what could be happening is that there's a since this car's never read a coolant temperature ever since I bought the thing, I figured that it could be throwing a code, that it's not reading any coolant, and that it's still ice cold, and it's trying to throw more fuel into it, hence all the smoke that comes out the tailpipe. Well, as I was bleeding coolant system last time, after installing both the coolant sensors, and I even went ahead and I bought another fuel or water pump just in case. But while I was doing that, I was watching all my gauges, seeing them, if the temperature would even read at all. Well, guess what? It wasn't. Then on top of that, I also watched the entire fuel gauge. Well, not fuel gauge, but the oil gauge go. And right now it's currently sitting at like 0, which is no bueno at all. So I went ahead, actually, just to kind of catch you guys up on what the essence of this video is, I went ahead, I bought some motor oil. I got Valvoline synthetic blend, and also some high mileage oil stabilizer. I don't know what this engine's been through, so I went ahead and bought some thick stuff to kind of hopefully build some pressure up. I do have an oil filter that I'm going to throw on. I believe it's my parts. Oh, right there. Right here, brand new AMSOIL oil filter that we're going to throw on there too. And I'm going to start it up and see what happens. But if worse comes to worse, these oil sensors are always known to fail. So I went ahead and even bought an oil pressure test kit from good old Hobo Freight. So first things first, let's get to draining this oil. One thing, I've been talking to a guy I know that has has had a few 5 liters back in the day, and is one of the best mechanics I know. But he told me one of the possibilities that could be happening is that the oil, an injector could be stuck, and it's sending a code, or not even sending a code, it's just stuck open, and hence why everything is it's burning so freaking rich. I don't even know, it's a 14, 16, and he said another problem that it could be is, since there's a possibility of a stuck open injector, that possibility for a stuck open injector, that the fuel could be contaminated and just not, man, the right viscosity. But before we do that, there is something I want to check, which is the oil dipstick. He said that if there's a lot more oil than there's supposed to be, that there could be contamination. So pull this dipstick, and it's reading, if it'll focus there, won't focus, but it's actually reading fine, which isn't good, but it smells old. That's all I know. I guarantee you this hasn't been changed in a long time. So I guess the true test is seeing what's under there, seeing what's in the oil. Let's see what happens. Oh. It's looking not too good. Lots of metallic-y color. Oh yeah, that's not good. Guess we'll drain it first. Look at this. I don't know if you can really see anything. Now there is water in the bottom of the pan, but look at this. I don't know, I can't really tell what that actually is. But I guess we'll let this drain. I'll get back to you guys when I start putting the new stuff in, so we'll get to it. Alright, so I've realized my last clip did not take audio. I'm pretty sure we should be good now. But basically what I was saying, it was I'll put the clips in, but this is 7 and 8 cylinders, and you'll see in the pictures or the video, goodness, that 5 and 8 are the only ones that were brown. So getting back to that, putting them in now. We'll get back to it. Huh. It's a weird feeling. Why is it feeling like that? Ah. All right, we got it, and it's super metallic-y, but I got it. You know, I'm just the best there ever is. Looks pretty glittery, I'm not gonna lie, but not gonna get my hopes up. I'm going to probably band-aid it up with some Lucas. So let's get this oil filter on. Alright. Oh, and I'm losing it everywhere. Alright, so we're just gonna add the Valvoline, and I just cut myself, go figure. I'm just gonna add the Valvoline since this takes 5 quarts, and I don't want to use the Lucas, you know, the good stuff for yet. So got my funnel here. I could free funnel it, or you know, no funnel gang, but I'm just gonna add it. So I'll tell you that this stuff looks way better. I guess we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna crank it on for, I'd say, probably a second. If there's absolutely no oil pressure, then that's when we're gonna dig into the sensor and putting the pressure reader on. So I guess we'll start there. We'll see what happens. All right, nothing. Watch. There we go. We're building some oil pressure. So oil pressure did go up. I think I should still throw the gauge on. But before I do that, I'm going to pull those other plugs. We're going to see what 1 through 4 looks like. So let's move on. See, look, it's a little smoky in here. It's been on for what, 10 seconds? And my light's dying. Great. And my phone. So let's get things charged up. I'm going to eat some dinner. I'll be back. All right, guys, new day. Back on the Foxbody. Pulled out 1 through 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and if anything, this looks a little beat up, but it's not bad at all. I mean, there honestly isn't that much runtime in these plugs, so it's really hard to tell. But I mean, each one looks pretty dang consistent. Another thing I noticed was come underneath here and see this big old puddle of oil. So what I'm gonna do is put a piece of paper like this underneath the car for tonight and see what we get. I'm just like kind of trying to figure out what all to do, but I'm gonna put the plugs back in. I'm gonna hook up the oil regulator or oil pressure or the manual one I got right there, and I'm gonna put it. See this right there? Basically, you take that out and you put that in. We could test the oil pressure. I don't know if I need to do rear main seal or what, but I'm gonna try to test everything out. If it's still burning really bad, then I might go and check all my injectors. So we'll see what happens. But besides that, this is all the video is going to be about. It's all diagnosing stuff. So if you guys have any pointers or anything you guys can give me, that'd be great. Don't mind my little get up. It's a little chilly down here in the basement here, but let's do it. Let's put everything back together and put the oil pressure tester in and see how at least the oil pressure is, and then we'll see if we get to doing that. So let's get to it. All right, everyone. So we're back here. I got even the fuel pressure. So this is to monitor fuel pressure, see what our fuel pressure is like. I'm wondering if our regulator is pushing past where our injectors should be. I believe these are stock injectors. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and replace all of them anyway. But I also have the oil pressure tester on. Now, granted, we'll probably have some leakage. I just hand tightened everything. I didn't want to go too tight, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. I'm gonna open up this door and we'll give it a start. So that's first startup. That's first startup there. We're sitting at 50. Oh man, I can't read. What is that? 52, 53? 53 pounds. It's pretty good, actually. So for first startup, that's pretty good. Let's see what our fuel pressure is like. Fuel pressure at idle, or first startup, is about 25. Not bad. Let's see if there's any leaks going on down here. It's smoky. I don't see any leaks. Nothing. No leaks there. That's good. Still smoky. And we're sitting about 50 psi, which is where we want to be, right? Especially for idle. So I guess oil pressure is not something that I need to be too concerned about. I don't know, dude. Or guys, people on the internet. I have no idea what the heck's going on. So we checked oil pressure. We checked fuel pressure. Fuel pressure's slowly going down, but it's sitting at 25 at idle. Which leads me to believe I do got to rebleed the coolant system and things like that. Maybe we have an injector that's not firing properly. Also want to check the TPS sensor. There's a few things I want to check. Maybe our I don't even know. I wouldn't even call this a math, but I guess so. That it reads air. Maybe that's off, reading off. I don't know. I'm kind of flabbergasted right now. But if you guys have any suggestions or any ideas on where I can start to look for things, as far as sensors or things like that could be off or something I need to check, that would be great. I've been consulting a couple of guys that do know these Foxbodies pretty well. I had to make sure that the microphone was on. But I've been consulting with a couple of guys that know Foxbodies or 302s in general pretty well. And, they gave me a good start on, or a good idea on where to start. And so far, we know that we have oil pressure, at least on idle, not on, or first startup. I don't know why I keep saying idle, but we have oil pressure on first startup, and we have a solid 50 pounds pressure. So that's good. But why in the world is it burning like it is?